Okay. Is my screen visible, Mataji? The slides?
Yes, Prabhuji. It is written Zoom, YouTube.
Zoom is visible, so I will just change it to. Yeah. Is the slide visible now? Yes, anyone? Slide visible?
Yes, Prabhuji, screen is visible.
Okay, okay. So I'll just take my pen quickly and we'll start the class. So today's class name, chapter name is today's chapter name is Dhyan Yoga. Okay. So we have learned till now the different kinds of yoga. Okay. Karma Yoga we have read. Then Dhyan Yoga. Then Gyan Yoga we have read in chapter number 4. Then Karma Sannyas Yoga in chapter number 5. Then again in chapter number 6 we'll be reading Dhyan Yoga. Okay. So if you can remember, we have described the yoga ladder in that way. Okay. So first was the Karma Yoga, then the Gyan Yoga was there, then above that is Dhyan Yoga, and above the most is the Bhakti Yoga. So in chapter number 3, we have read the Karma Yoga, then chapter number 5, Karma Sannyas Yoga. Then in the chapter number 4, we have read the Jnana Yoga. Then in the chapter number 6, we are reading the Dhyana Yoga. And from chapter number 7 to 12, we'll read about the Bhakti Yoga. So Krishna described this middle sixth chapter as the Bhakti Yoga. Okay. So sixth chapter is the Bhakti Yoga. So it is a Dhyana Yoga today. Okay. So with the yogi, you already know the yogis are there. They are meditating in the Paramatma form. So you can see they are meditating on the Paramatma form. So we'll read about the Dhyana Yoga today. So let's quickly start with the Guru Pranam Mantra. Om Ajnanam Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manoabhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Shagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Shagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitam Cha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschate Starine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the teachings is based on the teachings of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. We pay our humble obeisances unto His feet so that His teachings of Bhagavad Gita we can apply in our life. So summary, till now what we have read in the chapter, in the 5 chapters, okay. So observing the army were the 3 people, compassion, then lamentation was there. Arjuna said that I won't fight. Then in second chapter, we have read the importance of Guru, what is the meaning of Bhagwan, then the the distinction between the body and soul, then the 2 dharma, and at last the Atmaram, okay. So Atmaram meaning realized self, realized soul. Then the chapter 3, Karma Yoga is better, or the sannyasa renunciation is better. Then yoga ladder and action and renunciation was the question which was asked in chapter number 3. In chapter number 4, transcendental knowledge. So glories of jnana and transcendental knowledge. Same confusion again, action and renunciation. So in chapter number 5, Arjuna asking again which is better, action or renunciation. So work in devotion or renunciation of work. So this was asked. So Krishna given that work in devotion is better. Both are good, but work in devotion is better. How to purify our body, mind, and senses without any desire by working for Krishna. Okay, so these things we have read in chapter number 5. Now in chapter number 6, that is called Dhyan Yoga. Okay, so mnemonic EASY, easy. Okay, so enemy or friend, our mind is enemy or friend, will read. Then Ashtang Yoga, what is the Paddhati of Ashtang Yoga? Success or failure, who the person who succeed, the person who fail, what happens to them, and what is the perfect yogi, who is the perfect yogi, what is the best yoga, we'll read about these things. So this chapter, Dhyan Yoga, dedicated to Dhyan Yoga. Okay, so in chapter number 5, in sloka 27 to 28, we have read, shutting all the external sense objects, keeping the eyes and vision concentrated between the two eyebrows. Setting out all the external sense objects, keeping the eyes and vision concentrated between the two eyebrows, suspending the inward and outward breaths within the nostril, and thus controlling the mind, senses, and intelligence. The transcendentalist, aiming at liberation, becomes free from desire, fear, and anger. One who is always in this state is certainly liberated. So we see that in the chapter number 5 also there is a little mention in the two sloka, that is 27 and 28, little bit of mentioned about the Ashtang Yoga. So it is saying that we shutting all the external sense objects, keeping the eye and vision concentrated between the two eyebrows, suspending the inward and outward breath within the nostril, and thus controlling the mind, senses, and intelligence. The transcendentalist, aiming at liberation, become free from desire. So the process is mentioned here. So it will be detailed in the chapter number 6. Okay, so we are going to read that. This concludes that before practicing, so what was concluded in these two sloka? Before practicing the Ashtanga Yoga, that is Ashtanga Yoga is the Dhyan Yoga process, as stated in verses 27 and 28, one must. So what is the must before starting the Dhyan Yoga? So first is purified by Niskam Karma Yoga. So people who wants to try the Dhyan Yoga, they must become purified before starting the Dhyan Yoga, because if they are not purified, mind will be traveling here and there. Okay, so mind they must be purified by working through the Niskam Karma Yoga. Okay, when we do Niskam Karma Yoga, gradual purification occurs. So they must be purified. First thing. Second thing, they must be in full control of mind and senses. So mind control is prerequisite for the Dhyan Yoga. Okay, for the Ashtanga Yoga or Dhyan Yoga, mind control is requisite. So if your mind is controlled, then you can do the Dhyan Yoga. Otherwise, sitting for 5 minutes also is very difficult. Okay, by stopping the mind from thinking anything, you cannot stop at one place. You cannot stop at one place and think for nothing. Okay, that is. One must be completely indifferent and unaffected by all material things. So he should be completely aloof from the material thing, no material attachment. Otherwise, thinking will come, different type of thinking will come if you are attached to the material desire. So one must be completely aloof from the material desire. Then only he can practice the Dhyan Yoga, that is sitting at one place. So these people, you can see they are sitting at one place for years and years, okay, and they meditate on the Paramatma form inside them. So that is very difficult unless and until you have purified yourself, your mind is purified, you are not attached to the material thing, then only you can perform these things. Okay, so this is called Ashtanga Yoga. So these things were mentioned, like, so that was the Ashtanga Yoga. But what is the action in Krishna consciousness? We can see that Ashtanga Yoga practice is very difficult. You should be completely detached from the material platform. You should be like a control, mind and senses should be controlled. You should be purified yourself by the using the Niskam Karma Yoga. By doing the Niskam Karma Yoga, you should purify first yourself. Okay, so that is the thing. But action in Krishna consciousness. What is the action in Krishna consciousness, which was mentioned in 5.5 to 5.10? So it was mentioned that one who works in devotion, who is a pure soul and who controls his mind and senses, is dear to everyone and everyone is dear to him. So the thing is work in devotion. So it was describing the devotee. Though always working, he is never entangled. How he was never entangled? It was given in the sloka number 10. Okay, as a lotus leaf is untouched. As the lotus leaf is untouched, that is the Padma Patram. It was untouched with the water. So the devotee who is working in this material world, they are also untouched by the material desires. If they have been they are surrendering themselves to the Krishna. Okay. A person in the divine consciousness, although engaged in seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, moving about, sleeping, and breathing, always know within himself that he is actually does nothing at all. So he is doing all those things: sleeping, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, sleeping, breathing. He knows that he is not doing anything. His body is doing, but he is not actually doing anything. Because while speaking, evacuating, receiving, and opening and closing his eyes, he always knows that only the material senses are engaged with the object and that he is aloof from them. So who has divine consciousness, who has the divine consciousness can see that this body is doing all the things, he is doing nothing. Okay. He is aloof from them. He is actually aloof from them. Everything is done by the body. Okay. Who is of the Atma, which is entangled within the body, that he is doing, and he is aloof from all the work. Okay. Just like a lotus leaf, the yogis abandoning attachment act with body, mind, and intelligence, and even with senses only for the purpose of purification. So these things we have read in the 5 of now. What is 6th chapter? What is for us in the 6th chapter? Okay. So we have read that what a yogi prerequisite for to become a yogi, and what are the things in the Krishna consciousness we have read in the previous sloka. Just for a recap, it was included. Now, what is yoga? Okay. So I already asked you this question earlier, so I'm not going to ask you again. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I'm not going to ask you again. Yoga means to attach. Okay. Yoga means to attach. So let me ask few questions based on the pictorial diagram. Is it yoga or not? Yes or no? Your answer in the chat box. Y or N? Your answer should be like Y and or En. N. Okay. Y or N? Prabhuji, video will be there. You can see the video on YouTube. Okay, we have limited time. We have, video is always there. You can go and see if you have missed some part. Okay. So first answer N. Some are saying Y. Some with N, Y, N. Yes, no, yes, no. Mixed reaction. Mostly no. Okay. Mostly no and yes also. So is it yoga? So some are saying yes. Some are saying no. Okay. I'm moving forward. Okay. So this person is putting his head down inside the earth, okay, and he is having some bag cloth here where people will be putting money. You can see money. Katora is there. So people will be putting money. Okay. So what this person is doing? Is it yoga? Yes or no? Answer yes or no. Is it yoga? Yes or no? How this person is breathing? It is very difficult. Is stopping his breathing then. Okay. So is it a yoga or not? This person is stopping his breathing. Is it a yoga? Obviously no. Okay. Because yoga means to attach to God. There should be union to God. Okay. In the previous slide you can see where is God? Can you see anywhere God? There is no God. He is just doing for physical exercise. Okay. This is just a body asana, not a yoga. Okay. This person is putting his body in difficulty just to earn money. You can see earn money. Okay. Not a yoga. There is no God here. This person, you can see Ganesh picture is there, different demigods picture is there. Okay, this person having different asana. Is it yoga? Yes or no? First one, is it yoga? First one, second one. Okay, is it yoga? First one, yoga or not? Is it yoga? No, no, yes, no. This is not yoga. Mere only putting the picture is not going to attach him to God. It is not a yoga. Okay. Second one. Okay. This one. This person, sun is there. He is doing some kind of asana, not a Surya Namaskar, but some kind of asana. He is putting his leg this side. He is putting, and sun is there. Okay. Is it a yoga? may you take like a Surya Namaskar here, okay? Maybe he's doing Surya Namaskar like that. You think, is it a yoga or not? Surya Namaskar, maybe he's doing. Think of this is not a Surya Namaskar, but think that he's doing Surya Namaskar. Is it a yoga or not? No, there is no God. Where is God? Where is God? He's attaching to God or not? No, he's not attaching. Okay. Let's move forward. This one, these people, this aerobic classes is there, and they are putting their hand and leg like this, and they are drinking. Okay, Sarabi Yoga. They will name it Sarabi Yoga. Is it a yoga or not? Yes or no? Sharabi Yoga? Yes or no? Sarabi Yoga. Sarabi Yoga. No, this is not a Sharabi Yoga. Okay. Where is God here? Nowhere. Okay. This is where the sense gratification. This Bakra is standing on this lady. This lady is just doing losing the weight maybe because Bakra weight she is having the Bakra weight in his body. So maybe she is losing the weight. She is balancing her body just to balance the Bakra. Okay. So and she is laughing. Bakra yoga. Is it Bakra yoga or not? Yoga or not? Bakra yoga? Yes or no? Answers. Is it yoga? Maybe Bakra yoga. She is Bakra. Bakra is there. Okay. Is it a yoga? No. This is also not yoga. Where is God? No God. No yoga. Okay. This one, people, gymnastic classes. They are doing different types of physical training, PT. Okay. Is it yoga? Different classes are there for yoga classes. People will say, no, this is yoga classes. Is it yoga or not? No, this is also not yoga. There is no God. Different types of yoga. People will name yoga for physical and mental health. Yoga for pregnancy is also there. So what yoga, what physical exercises you can do for pregnancy? Okay. Chair yoga, chair dancing, present chair yoga. Different types of different things they are practicing in the name of yoga. Okay. What is this? Yoga for catgen. Cats are also doing yoga. Vapare. Okay. So this is the thing. Yoga for back, yoga for leg, yoga for head, yoga for back care, yoga for computer, chair yoga, office yoga, tennis yoga. You can see tennis yoga, yoga tennis. So these are not any picture which we have made. This is the picture from other parts, other publication, something like that. Yoga tennis, you can see this person is putting his head to tennis. Yoga tennis, you can see different types of yoga. Desktop yoga, the person who are sitting on desktop, the exercises for them, and they are saying it yoga. Yoga secret for business success. Okay, so business success yoga is there. But what is the meaning of yoga? Actual meaning of yoga, we have already discussed that yoga means linking oneself with the supreme. Yoga means to link. With whom to link? Linking oneself with the supreme. So we have read 4 yoga: karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, bhakti yoga. We have read this slide earlier also. So these 3 were like roads, like stairs. This is like highway. Okay, you can see highway or staircase, the elevator. Okay, bhakti yoga is the best yoga because it is like an elevator. Every other yoga, karma yoga, dhyana yoga, jnana yoga, will come first to the bhakti yoga, then they will go towards Krishna. Okay, so that is the thing. The final thing for every yoga is bhakti yoga. Then only they can attain Krishna. Okay, so that is the thing. Then what is Ashtang Yoga or Dhyan Yoga? Okay, so we have read about Karma Yoga, we have read about the transcendental knowledge, that is the Jnana Yoga, and now we will read about the Ashtang Yoga. So what is the meaning of Ashtang Yoga? Ashtang means Ashtang. Ashtang means 8 limbs. Okay, so Ashtang Yoga means 8 limbs. So there are 8 limbs of this Ashtang Yoga or Dhyan Yoga. What are the 8 limbs? These are the 8 limbs which is mentioned here. So Yam, Niyam, so these are the names. Yam, Niyam, these are the 8 limbs. Yam, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dhyan, Dharana, Samadhi. Okay. So these are the 8 limbs. Okay. What we see in the TV and the people they are doing, which part is that? Okay. Which part is that? Can you tell me which limb of we see in the TV, on the TV? Okay. Or many people doing, which of the 8 limbs people used to do in the TV, and they're saying they're doing yoga, but that is actually only a part. Yes. Which limb? Anyone? Yes. Asana. Okay. Asana is there, and pranayama. These two are mostly they're doing. Okay. But this is not a complete one. Only asana and pranayama they're doing. Breathing exercises. So you can see what is the yama means external disciplines. Niyama means internal discipline. External disciplines means the where you have to go, what you should do. Niyama means what you should not do. Niyam. These are the niyam. These things you should not do. So many things are there which we should not do. Many do's are there. That is yama. And asana is the posture where how to sit for meditation. So those asanas there. So meditation seat is there. Then pranayam, how to do the breathing during the process of the Ashtang Yoga. Okay, so these all things are important. It's not like that asana and pranayam only important. So you have to do something. You have to there are some do's are there. There are some don'ts are there. Then some posture is there. Then breathing control is there. Then pratyahara is there. It's withdrawal of the senses. So withdrawal, your senses should be controlled. It is not like that you are utilizing the senses. You are using the senses for the sense gratification and you are doing yoga. No, not like that. So pratyahara is there. That is withdrawal of senses. Then dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. So dharana is concentrating on something. Dhyana is meditative absorption. So concentration is becoming meditative absorption. And at last it will become a samadhi, that is union with the Lord or the integration with the Paramatma form. Samadhi with the Paramatma form. Okay, so 3 forms of Lord we have seen, that is Brahman form, Paramatma form, and Bhagwan form. Ashtang Yogi meditate on the Paramatma form. Okay, so that is Samadhi with the complete integration with the Paramatma form. So these are the 8 limbs of the Ashtang Yoga, which was given by Patanjali. Okay, so now 6.5, the sloka. Okay, mind, about mind, enemy or friend. So but see what Krishna is saying. Uddhared atmana atmanam natmanam avasadayet atmaneva hi atmano bandhur atmaeva ripur atmanah. So there are 2 words, atma and atma. So atma, one atma is meaning is mind, and one atma meaning is the living entity. Okay, so it is said uddhared, uddhar ho jana means, uddhar means delivering. Okay. Uddhared atmana atmanam. Okay, so the mind can deliver one. Okay, as well as natmanam avasaderet. Na atmanam means the mind na atmanam avsadhiret. Okay, so uddharet matlab meaning is delivering, and avsadhiret meaning is degradation. Okay, so the mind can deliver himself, and natmanam avsadhiret, and mind is not meant to degrade himself. Okay, so what he's saying, Krishna is saying uddharet, mind is meant for uddhar, not for avsadhiret. Okay, then he's again saying atmanev Atmaev ne Atmano Bandhur. Okay, so Atma's Bandhur is friend. Atma means the mind is the best friend of a living entity, as well as Atmanev Ripur. Ripur is the Shatru. Okay, Atmana, as well as Atma is Shatru also. Okay, so what is the meaning? Let's understand. One must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. Okay, so one must do the uddhar using the mind, not they should degrade themselves. Okay, so 2 words are there. One must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. Then again, Krishna is saying the mind is a friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. So he's the Ripu as well, he's the Bandhu as well. Okay, so Krishna is saying mind can be enemy, mind can be friend. Okay, so both can be there with the mind. Next sloka. Bandhur atma manastasya yena atmeva atma yena atmeva atmana jitah anatmanastu satrute varte tatmeva satruvat. So Krishna is saying bandhur atmanastasya. Okay. So how the mind can be bandhur, so it is said, and how a mind can be shatru, it is said. So in the earlier shloka, that is 6.5, Krishna was saying that mind can be friend, mind can be shatru, and in this shloka Krishna is saying how the mind can be bandhu, how the mind can be shatru. Okay, so one who has conquered his mind, the mind is the best friend. Okay, so one who has controlled, who has conquered his mind, the mind is his best friend. But one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. Okay, so mind is our greatest friend as well as our greatest enemy. How to control the mind, Krishna will tell in the later section, but Krishna is not telling that mind can be your greatest friend as well as mind can be your greatest enemy. If you are controlling your mind, if your mind is you are dictating and mind is following, then mind is your best friend. Mind can elevate you. And but if the mind is dictating and you are following, then mind is the greatest enemy. Okay, that is the thing. So let's see what is, how does our mind work, mechanism of mind. So we have already seen the yoga chair, that is the ladder. Okay, though in the chapter number 4 we have read, first is the body. Okay, above the body is the senses, like the horse. Okay, so the body was compared to a chariot and horses were compared to the senses. And senses, the horses were controlled by the rein or the rassi. Okay, the reins were like the mind. So mind is above the body, and the intelligence is above the mind. Okay, and the atma is above the intelligence. So the it was like first was the senses, and above the senses is the mind, and above the mind is the intelligence. So this thing we have read in the chapter number 4. Now what is the meaning of these things, we'll read. Okay, so the senses are these things: eyes, nose, tongue, ears, and skin. So these are the 5 senses we have. Okay, that is called Gyanendriya. Okay, so 5 Karmendriya also we have, but the 5 Gyanendriya, that is eyes, nose, tongue, ear, and skin. So these are the 5 senses. So when these senses attach to the sense objects, like the smell is there, some sight, good sight is there, some good touch is there. So these are the sense objects. So when the sense objects and sense unite, there is some experience is there. Okay, and that experience is stored in the mind. Okay, so mind, what is the mind? Mind is the storehouse. Okay, so it is the storehouse of the thoughts, unfulfilled desires, and previous experiences. So the senses are there, they are experiencing, and mind is storehouse of the thoughts, unfulfilled desires, and the previous experiences. Okay, so this is the mind. Mind work is to store the things. Okay, what is intelligence then? Okay, intelligence is the decision maker. Based on the mind, based on the previous experiences, intelligence will decide what is correct, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, what I should do, what I should not do. If your intelligence is strong, then you can take good decisions, you can take the right decisions. Okay, if your intelligence is sharpened, then you can take good decisions. Okay, because we have decisions. Krishna has given us the free will to decide. Okay, so decisions is very important. So decisions based on the intelligence. So if our intelligence is sharpened, we can take good decisions, we can take nice decisions. Okay, so this is the thing. But if our intelligence is not sharpened, our mind will take over, our senses will take over. Some people, their senses are so strong, they are fully sense gratified. Okay, they want full sense gratification only. So they are not able to control the senses. So their intelligence is not taking over, they're only the senses is taking over. So their senses is taking over. Okay, so eyes, nose, tongue, ear, what they want they will get. Okay, so that is the thing. Mind, so mind will again provoke the senses. Okay, and senses will also provoke the mind. So these things. So if mind and senses, they are cooperating and they are only running the body, then what will happen? your horses will go here and there, and you will go in the some foothold and some hole. Okay, so like thing. So intelligence should take over. The decision makers should take over. Okay, so that is the thing. How to those things are dependent. We'll read on the later chapters how the intelligence is. How we can use our intelligence. How we can sharpen our intelligence. But for now, if our mind is not controlled by the intelligence, that it is very difficult for us to live a spiritual life, to live a good life. Okay, otherwise we'll be carried away by the mind and senses. Okay. So these are the 8 limbs which is mentioned here. Okay, just for the sloka it is mentioned, so I am mentioning here so that you can understand. So already yam is the things which you should do. Okay, what are the do's? Yams are called do's. So he should live alone in the secluded place and should always carefully control his mind. So the first do control his mind. He should live in a secluded place where nobody is there, so that he can practice the sadhana bhakti. Okay, that is called yama. Niyama. What are the don'ts? Don'ts means regulate. Regulate in his habit of eating, sleeping, working, and recreation. He should regulate. He should not eat too much. He should not sleep too much. His working and recreation should be what should be the working and recreation. These things are niyam. These things are don'ts. Okay, so they should also follow this. Then again, the asana. What is the meaning of asana? How the asana should be there for the yogi, which is described in 11 to 14. Lay kusha grass. So kusha grass should be there, which should be laid on the ground, and then cover it with a deer skin. Okay, deer skin is there. So deer skin will repel the insect, the snakes, and all the little creatures, so that when he is in dhyan, no one these small creatures do not create any problem to that to the yogi. Okay, so he should lay kusha grass, then with the deer skin should be covered. The seat should neither be too high nor too low, and should be situated in a sacred place. One should hold one body, neck, and head erect. So body, head, and neck should be erect in a straight line and stare steadily at the tip of his nose, and they should focus on the tip of nose. Thus, with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, one should meditate upon me. Okay, so in this way they should meditate. He should be like straight. His eyes should be his position should be straight. His dhyana should be in his tip of nose. How the asana should be there, all things is described. Okay, pranayama. Practice stopping the movements of outgoing breath into the incoming and incoming breath into the outgoing, and thus at last remain in trance. Okay, so pranayama is mentioned, breathing exercises. Then pratyahara, withdrawal of senses, cessation of the material existence, means controlling of senses, control the material existence. So materially you should not use the senses. That is the meaning of pratyahara. Then dharana, disciplines his mental activity and becomes situated in transcendence, devoid of all material desire. He is said to be attained yoga. Okay, so dharana is concentration. Dharana is concentration. Then dhyana, as a lamp in a windless place does not waver. So the transcendentalist whose mind is controlled remain always steady in his meditation on the transcendental self. Okay, just like a lamp in a windless place. His mind should not agitate like a lamp is there, which is in the windless place, steady. His mind should be controlled like that. That is the dhyana. And samadhi is the last stage. One is never shaken, even in the midst of greatest difficulty. This indeed is actual freedom from all misery arising from the material contact. Samadhi is the concentration on the Paramatma form. So these are the 8 steps which were described. Okay. So what was the yoga ladder we have seen till now? First was the animal life. They are not in the bhakti. Then the karma kanda, they are doing for sense gratification. Okay, regulated, but it is regulated. Animal life, there is no regulation. Okay, but karma kanda, regulated sense gratification. Okay. Then comes the niskam karma yoga. You are doing work, but renounce the fruit. Okay, give the fruit to Krishna. So that is called niskam karma yoga. Then comes the jnana yoga. That is knowledge about the Brahman, knowledge about the austerity, where how to find God, where to find God, who is God, okay, who am I, those things, those are called Jnana Yogi. Then Ashtang Yogi, which we are reading, that is control of mind and senses by eightfold path, meditating on the super soul or Paramatma in the heart. They are meditating on the Paramatma form, that is the Ashtang Yogi. And above the Ashtang Yogi is the Bhakti Yogi. Okay, so Bhakti Yogi is loving devotional service. There is no love below it. Okay, you can see there is no love. Love is there only in the Bhakti Yoga. So these are the steps to acquire the love. Okay, so loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord Bhagwan Shri Krishna. So this is the Bhagwan form they are meditating. They are meditating on Paramatma form, and Gyan Yogi they are meditating on the Brahman form. Okay, so that is the thing. So these are the three: Gyan Yogi, Brahman form; Ashtang Yogi, Paramatma form; Bhakti Yogi, Bhagwan form. So these are the forms are there which they are meditating on, and there is no love unless and until Bhakti is there. Bhakti, devotional service, is synonymous with love. Okay. So all those things are like staircase, but Bhakti Yogi is like elevator. Okay, elevator. Now, after describing these 8 steps, Krishna says to Arjuna again, are you going to give this yoga system a try? So these things you should do: yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahara, dhyan, dharana, samadhi. These are the 8 things. These are the niyams. These are the rules, regulation, what you should do, what you should not do. Now he's asking, are you going to give this yoga system a try, Arjuna? So Arjuna said, after listening to Krishna, Arjuna said, O Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appear impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. Okay, so this is what Arjuna is saying. Let's try to understand about Arjuna. Okay, Arjuna was a great warrior. Great warrior. He is called Sabyasachi. He was perfect in throwing the arrow with 2 hands. So one hand he can control one side, one hand he can control one side. He can kill 1,000 soldiers at one time. Okay, 10,000, not 1,000, 10,000. Okay, 2 hand he can fight. He was a great warrior. Okay, he was having a war against once with Shivaji also. Okay, but there was no decision who win the. There was no decision of the war. Both were at equal place. So such a good warrior he was. Arjuna was such a good warrior. Okay, and he was in direct contact with Krishna. He is a devotee of Krishna, direct devotee of Krishna. He is internal servitor of Krishna. So can you imagine the position of Arjuna? Okay, Arjuna position at that time. He was a great devotee of Krishna. He was a great warrior. He can control the wind. He can create hurricane with his arrows. Okay, such a great warrior he was. Okay, so that was the position of Arjuna. Now, after listening, compare yourself to Arjuna. Arjuna was a great warrior. What is our position? Nothing. Nowhere. Okay, nowhere we are. Nowhere at means you cannot imagine what is the position of Arjuna and what is our position. There is no means comparison. Is beyond compare. Still, Arjuna is saying this yoga system is impractical for me. Why it is impractical and unendurable? It is not doable for me. Why? For the mind is restless and unsteady. Mind is very restless, mind is very steady. I cannot control the mind. Mind control is very, very difficult. So this yoga system which you have described is very, very difficult for me, undoable for me. This is what Arjuna is saying. Think of yourself. Okay, can we do this? If Arjuna is not able to do, can we do this? Very, very difficult. We are not able to do this. Okay, so no way. It is impossible. Okay, so Arjuna is saying impossible. It is also impossible for us. Then he's saying nature of mind. About nature of mind, he's saying Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavad dridham tasyaham nigraham nanye vayur eva duskaram. Okay, so Arjuna is saying Chanchala hi mana Krishna. Man is very, very chanchal. Mind is very, very chanchal. Mind is very, very turbulent, very, very restless, very, very obstinate. Obstinate, balavad dridham. Very, very obstinate. Okay, so mind is restless, turbulent, and obstinate and very strong. Okay, oh Krishna, and to subdue it, to control it, I think is more difficult than controlling the wind. He can control the wind. It is also very difficult to control the wind, but he was able to control the wind. But then he's saying even controlling the wind is easier than controlling the mind. So this system which you are describing is very, very difficult for me. It is not practical for me. It is not doable for me. Okay, so this is the thing. This is the practicality of the Ashtang Yogi. Okay, yoga. A person should be in the ekant place. Where is ekant place now? Okay, there is no ekant place now. Where is the jungle thing? There is people are so much attached. Okay, the family life, yam niyam they are not able to do. Where the question of dhyan dharana samadhi, very impractical to Arjuna also. What to speak of us? Okay, so this is the reality of the Ashtang Yogi. So we have read about the chariot is the body, then sight, smell, hearing, touch, and taste. These are the five horses, the sense. Then the reins are the mind. Okay, then the driver in the intelligence, and the soul is the chariot. Okay, so this is the thing. If mind is not controlled, then these horses will go away. Okay, anywhere they will go. They can go to the any khadda, they can go to any puthal, any hole, anywhere they can go. Okay, so that is the thing. If our mind is not controlled, this is the meaning. If our mind is not controlled, any sight we are seeing, we want to see that sight again. Oh, that sight, that is the horse only. Sight is horse. Oh, I want to see that sight again, and you will go to that. Okay. Many people smell. I want to smell that thing again. I want to, if the senses are not controlled, you will go to pub house daily. Okay, go to pub house daily. This will be like that. Okay, only sense gratification. They will daily. You will go to some restaurant. Junk food. Junk means kachra. Junk food you will eat. Kachra food. Name is only junk. People are eating kachra food. We are eating. Okay. So if our senses is not controlled, our tongue is not controlled. This is our tongue. Taste. Our taste is not controlled. Our taste can take us anywhere if our intelligence is not developed. Okay. So that is the thing. Yeah. So what is the formula to control the mind, Krishna? This is what Arjuna is asking. So what is the formula to control the mind? So Krishna is giving formula to control the mind. So Sri Krishna, Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Ashamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagye cha grihate. So two things Krishna is saying, abhyasena and vairagyena. Okay, two things are there which can control the mind. What are the two things? Abhyasena, by using the practice, by using the practice, by doing the practice. What to practice? What is the meaning of practice? What is the meaning of practice? Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of practice? Krishna is saying practice. Okay, what is the meaning of practice? Abhyas. What is the meaning of abhyas? Abhyas is what we have learned, that is to apply those things in the life. And when to apply? Daily, every time we should practice it. We should practice it, the same thing again and again, again and again, again and again. Okay, that is called the abhyasa. What we have learned, we should apply those things in our life. So what we have learned till now, we should apply those teachings in our life. Then only those teachings, the suitable practice, we should do that thing daily. Then we can apply. Then we can control the mind. Abhyasa. Then the vairagya. What is the meaning of vairagya? Vairagya is the detachment. Okay, we learn how to do the detachment. Okay, how to do the detachment. Okay, so that is the thing. When how we can detach ourselves to this world. Okay, can anyone tell me just for knowledge, where that is, what is the how we can detach ourselves from this world? I will tell you in the later chapters how to detach, the simplest formula to detach. But can you tell me how you can detach? What is the simplest way to detach yourself from this world? You can detach. Meditation. We can detach ourselves in meditation. Okay, so no one is knowing, I think. Controlling the mind. Controlling the mind, we can detach. Detachment is needed to control the mind by using a Dhyan Yoga. I will tell you the simplest way in chapter number 15. Okay, so be with me. How to practice the detachment? What is the easiest process for the detachment? Okay. So Lord Sri Krishna said, "Oh mighty arm, son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult." So Krishna is also saying undoubtedly. There is no doubt that this is very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment. Okay. So only practice makes it possible. Two things: practice, detachment. Okay. Now Arjuna is asking, what is the destination of someone who still tries Ashtang Yoga? So some people will be there who still are trying the Ashtang Yoga. Okay. What is the destination of someone who still tries Ashtang Yoga? I will tell you in 15th chapter how we can detach ourselves. When Krishna gives the answer at that time, it is very nice to understand those things at that point. Okay, that's why I'm not telling you in detail how to detach ourselves. When Krishna will tell, at that time I will describe how we can practice the detachment very nicely. Krishna describes, I will describe you in that way, in that time only. So it will be very nice to see when Krishna is describing. At that time only I will be describing. Okay. So the person who still try to do the Ashtanga Yoga, what is the destination? What is the destination of someone who fails in achieving success in yoga? Okay. So two types of practice can be there. A short practice, they have started for some time only, few days only they have started, or few they have not too much progressed in Ashtanga Yoga. Or the second one is long practice. They have too long practice, they have way too ahead, they are just near to achieve the bhakti. Okay, so that is the two types of yogi can be there. The Ashtanga Yogi who are trying to do Ashtanga Yoga, two types of people can be there. The one who just started, they have not progressed too much, and the other person who has progressed too much. Okay, so short practice, the people who are in short practice, what they will do, they will attain heavenly planet. They will go to the higher planet, they will enjoy there. Okay, if they have started short practice, they have just started now. But if they have done long practice, born into a family of devotee. Okay, so let's read this sloka, then 41 and 42 actually describe this. So let's read the 41, 42, then we'll try to understand what is the destination of a yogi. Okay, the unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment on the planets of pious living entity, that is the higher planet, that is the Swarga. Okay, Swarga Loka. So many years of enjoyment on the planets of pious living entity is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. Okay, so the people who have sought practice, they have not practiced too much. What they will do? So they will accumulate some karma, good karma. So what will happen? They will go to the higher planetary system. They will enjoy their karma. Then they will again come back to this world, but they won't take birth anywhere. They will take birth in a family of righteous people. The people who are righteous people, who are doing right, they are not doing wrong, they are not sinful people. They will take birth in the righteous people only, or they will take birth in a family of rich aristocracy, rich people. Okay, so that they don't have to endeavor too much for maintaining their body. So they already have money. Now they can focus on the bhakti path, on the yoga path, because they don't have to too much endeavor. So many people will see that they are taking birth in a very high family, high aristocrat family. So there must be some Ashtang yogi or the yogi in the last birth. Okay, maybe. Okay, or some people are born in the family of righteous people, the people who are doing good activity. Okay, some people who are in the bad family, they are taking birth. So maybe they have not done nice thing. Okay, so that is the way we can understand. So the unsuccessful yogi, what will happen? They will go to the higher planet, they will come back, and what they will do? They will take birth in the righteous people or the family of rich aristocrats. So these are the fate of the people who have sought practiced, okay, in the bhakti yoga. And the people who have long practice of yoga. So if unsuccessful after long practice of yoga, what happens to those? They takes birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly such a birth is rare in this world. Okay, family of transcendentalists, family of a devotee. If a person is being born in a family where all his father is a devotee, his mother is a devotee, and very nice devotee, so from birth only he can start the path of the bhakti from the time of birth only. Okay, so great transcendentalists, they will start their life only from the great in the family of a great transcendentalist. So this will happen to the people who are unsuccessful after long practice of yoga. So it is not like that you have started the practice and you have lost your life, then it is all lost. It is not like that. Next birth you can start the same practice from where you have left. Okay, so that is the thing. So it is said that devotional service is the continuation. When we read the book that is called Nectar of Devotion, it is written a line here which strikes me every time I read the book. That is, devotional service is continuation from the previous birth devotion. Okay, so that is the thing. So whatever devotional service we are doing, that is a continuation from the previous birth. Okay, it is not like that some person has come to the Krishna consciousness, some person started reading Bhagavad Gita and suddenly he become a devotee. It is not like that. Okay, we have done many endeavor in the previous birth, many births we are taking birth and we are doing the endeavor. So this bhakti process is not like sudden one day it has happened. It is not like that. It is a continuation from the previous birth. It is not, it is like that. Okay, some people you will see they will come to the class, they will attend the 1 or 2 class, they will leave, nothing change in their life. Why this is happening? Because they have not yet started the bhakti process. Okay, so that is the thing. They have not started, they're not too much progress, but the people who continue, they have too much progress. Now they suddenly one meeting is there with a devotee, they meet with a devotee, association with devotee, and now their life is changed, totally changed. So this happens when we do bhakti in the previous birth. Okay, so that is the thing. The devotional service is continuation from the previous birth. Okay, who is the greatest yogi? Now Krishna will be telling who is the greatest yogi among the all. Okay, so this is the last sloka of this chapter, that is the Ashtang Yoga chapter. See now what Krishna is telling in the 6.47. Yogi namapi sarvesham madgatena antar atmana shraddhavan bhajte yo mam same yukta tamo matah. So what is the mata of Krishna? Okay, what is the mata of Krishna? Let's understand. Of all the yogis, the one with great faith. So again, what faith is there? Great faith, who always abide in me, who thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service. So loving service is there, loving service to me, service is there, loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is highest of all. This is my opinion. Can you tell me which type of yoga is described here? Which type of yoga is described in the 6.47? The word here is with greatest faith, always think of me, and render transcendental loving service to me. So can you tell me which type of yoga Krishna is saying is highest of all? Can you tell me which type of yoga is described here? Yeah, everyone is correct now. Bhakti, bhakti, bhakti. So already you know that bhakti yoga is best. Krishna is saying in 6.47 that the person who is in bhakti yoga is best. Okay, this is not what I am telling from my thing. This is what Krishna tells. Okay, so Krishna tells that bhakti yoga is best. Okay, and he loves that devotee and devotee loves there is loving exchange. Devotee loves Krishna, Krishna loves the devotee. That is all. Okay, there is no one else. Krishna loves his devotee, and the devotee loves Krishna. So devotee loves Krishna, Krishna loves devotee. Only loving exchange. So that is the thing. So bhajate, devotional service, not worship. Okay, this is devotional service. So yoga we have read. So just to recap, karma yoga was there, dhyana yoga was there, jnana yoga was there. So superior to karma yoga is jnana yoga, superior to jnana yoga is the dhyana yoga, and superior to dhyana yoga is the bhakti yoga, which Krishna tells in the last sloka. Okay, so we have read this. So which is the best yoga system that you want to accept? What is your answer? What will be your answer? Bhakti yoga. Okay. Now, what is about chanting process? We'll read something so that we can understand why the chanting process is recommended in this yoga. Okay, so this is Sichartakam. Okay, so 8 sloka given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is one of them. So what it says, let's understand. Cheto darpan marjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvaganam Shreyas Kairava Chandrika Vitranam Vadhu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purna Amrita Aswadanam Sarvatma Sanapanam Param Avijate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So this is what it is written translation. The glories of Sri Krishna Sankirtana. It is written that this is the glories of Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all dust. Cheto is the Cheta is the mind or heart, you can say. So Cheto is the intelligence, mind or the heart. Mind, you can say. Darpan is the mirror. Marjan is the cleaning. Okay, so the glories of Lord Sri Krishna. So it describes the glories of Lord Sri Krishna Sankirtan. What is the meaning of Sankirtan? Okay, what is the meaning of Japa? What is the meaning of Sankirtan? Japa is when we do the chanting in our within ourselves, so that we can hear. Okay, so Japa when we do and we can only hear, that is called the Japa. Okay, Sankirtan when we do the Sankirtan so that others can hear, everyone is hearing. Okay, that is called Sankirtan. So glories to Sri Krishna Sankirtan, chanting with group, that is called Sankirtan. Glories to Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all dust. 1 minute. Okay, which cleanses the heart of all dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditioned life of repeated birth and death. Davagni, okay. Nirvapanam is the extinguishment, that is Ag Bujhana, that is called Nirvapanam. Okay, so Bhava Maha Davagni, it is the Agni. So it extinguishes the fire of conditioned life of repeated birth and death. That is the glory of Sri Krishna Sankirtan. It can cleanse the heart, which is where the dust is accumulated from years, birth to birth, and it can extinguish the fire of conditioned life. This is the power of Sankirtan Mahayagna. This is the power of Yajna. Okay. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity. This is the prime benediction. Benediction is what to benedict. This is the boon, the prime boon for the humanity. This can be utilized by the humanity. It's called prime boon for the humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of benediction moon. It is the life of all the transcendental knowledge. It is the life of all the transcendental, whatever transcendental knowledge we accumulate. After that, we comes to in the devotional service is best. And devotional service is the easiest process in Kali Yuga, is given as the chanting process. Okay, chanting process, the easiest Sankirtana movement. Okay, it increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar which we are always anxious. So everyone is searching for happiness. Everyone is anxious for happiness, but where to find happiness? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. Okay, we are always anxious to searching for the happiness. We are searching for the happiness. Where is happiness? Where is happiness? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this Sankirtan movement can give the full taste of nectar. Okay, for which we are always searching. Okay, so that is the power of Sankirtan movement. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, who is the himself Krishna, who has taken birth in the who is coming in the Kali Yuga. Okay, so that is the many Shastric references are there, which tells that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. Okay, and he says the Sankirtan Mahayagna he is describing the Sankirtan Mahayagna like this. Okay, that it can fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. Okay, so that is the thing. In this age, the process of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the only method you can see. And this age, that is Kali Yuga, the process of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is only method by which to cleanse the sinful mind, It can purify the mind. Okay, when the mind is completely cleansed of all the sinful reactions, one can then understand his duty in human form of life. What is the use of human form of life? How we can utilize the human form of life? We can get by chanting the holy name, by chanting the Lord's name. Okay, this is written in Srimad Bhagavatam 7:9-39. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam 7:9-39. Okay, I have read this. Then Chaitanya Lila Adi Lila. Okay, 17.022. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. Krishna, this is written in Chaitanya Charitamrita. What is written? Krishna descends in this Kali Yuga in the form of his holy name. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatara. So in Kali Kala, what is the Krishna Avatara? Nama Rupen. When I say Krishna, Krishna is here in front of us. When I take the name of Krishna, when I chant the name of Krishna, Krishna takes Avatara in form of us, in front of us. We are not able to see that. That is the glory of Kali Kala. Kali Kala. Okay. Kali Kal is so patit, people are so patit, people are so fallen that they cannot do any austerity. So Krishna has not recommended any austerity for them except taking the holy name. So that is the thing. So Kali Kale Nama Rupa Krishna Avatara. So Krishna Avatar in Kali Kale is in the Nama Rupa, in the form of name. When we chant the holy name, we are coming in contact with the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, because Krishna is non-different from his name. Krishna name and Krishna. Okay, Krishna's personality, Krishna's name is same only. It is not a different thing. In the material world, it is a different thing. Okay, it is a different thing. If we say pani is different and we taste the pani is different. One person thirst cannot be extinguished just by saying pani, 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 pani. Okay, but when he drinks water, his thirst can be extinguished. This is the material world. But in the spiritual world, Krishna name and Krishna is same only. So when we take the name of Krishna, Krishna himself present in the form of name. So Krishna's name and Krishna's form is not different. So that is the glory of taking the name of Krishna. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.51. It is written, my dear king, although Kali Yuga is the ocean of fault, Kali Yuga is Kala Yuga. There is every time there is fight. Even slight provocation is there, will be fight. Even in the great the brother are there, they will fight with the slight provocation. Okay, although Kali Yuga is the ocean of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. So there is a good quality. What is the good quality? Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. So this is the glory of Kali Yuga. Everything is bad about Kali Yuga, but only good thing is that only by taking name we can deliver ourselves. So that is the glory of Kali Yuga. Okay. How can just a sound give you so much happiness? Can a sound give you so much happiness? The Hare Krishna Mahamantra isn't an ordinary sound. Krishna is present in his name, and because Krishna is the reservoir of all the spiritual pleasure, his name are also full of pleasure. That's why a great spiritual master once said he wanted millions of ears to hear Krishna's name and millions of tongue to chant them. Okay, so the name only. So this is what a great spiritual master says. He wants millions tongue, he wants millions ear just to chant and just to hear Krishna's name. Okay, so that is the thing. So what are the do's for chanting? What are the don'ts for the chanting? We have already discussed something yesterday. We'll continue from that. What are the do's for chanting? Do's for chanting Mahamantra: chant the Panch Tattva Mahamantra before starting of the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. What is the Panch Tattva Mahamantra? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shivashati Gaur Bhaktivinoda. So this is the mantra we start with the before starting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We do the chanting of Panchatattva mantra. Okay, you can take a screenshot. You can take this video will be available in YouTube. You can note from there. Okay, or Mataji can put in the WhatsApp group. Second, chant audibly, loud enough to hear the mantra. It is not like that you are murmuring in the mind. Okay, it is not like that. Mind is very powerful. Today, now you are here chanting. So after some seconds, not the minute, some seconds, you will be thinking something different. Okay, so let the mind, let only not mind engage in the chanting. Engage your tongue as well as ear also. So what you do, chant with the tongue and hear with the ear. Okay? So that way we can engage the tongue as well as ear in the service, in the chanting of the name. Okay. So hear loud enough to hear the mantra. Some people do chanting in the mana. Okay, they are doing in the mana, which is not recommended by our acharya, because we can deviate anytime. Okay, so engage your tongue, engage your ear in the hearing and the chanting of the Mahamantra. Okay, pronounce each name distinctly. Each name should be clear and distinct. Okay, chant with respect, devotion, and concentration. Okay, concentration, devotion, and respect. You can chant in any place, sitting or walking, facing any direction. Okay, any direction, any place, morning, evening, night, anytime. Okay, not by sleeping, otherwise you will sleep. Okay, sitting or walking. You can chant at any time. However, it is recommended to chant during the early morning, that is Brahma Muhurata. No phone calls is there, no disturbance is there. Okay, very silent environment, peaceful environment, and the mode of goodness time is there. Okay, so we can chant at that time. That is the best time for chanting. So you can chant anytime, but the best time is in the morning hours. You can chant either before or after taking bath. So you can take bath and you can chant, or before taking bath also you can chant. Okay, taking the holy name is the best thing you can do in the morning. Okay, it is recommended to chant by keeping a count. Okay, preferably on a tulsi mala having 108 beats. Okay, so this is the thing. So many people say that we'll chant on the mana only, we'll chant without counting. Okay, it is good that you are chanting whole day without counting, but our mana is very chanchala. Okay, where your mana goes, we cannot say. Okay, so today you are chanting like 1 hour, you can say. Tomorrow you will chant for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So better to keep a count, minimum count, so that we are finishing that count daily. Okay, so it is recommended to chant by keeping a count. Okay, for regulation, for the practice, for the discipline, we should keep count daily. That is 1 round I will finish daily, like that, or 4 round I will finish daily, like that. Okay, so that is the keeping count brings regularity. And what is the don'ts for the chanting? What we should not do? One should not chant only a portion of Mahamantra. Some people like Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Like that they are doing half. Okay, it is not recommended. Okay, what we should do is full mantra. We should do the chanting. One should not chant only a portion of Mahamantra. One should not chant while reading a book or newspaper or watching television, etc. Like this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hello, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Like this. What is this? This is not a way to chant. Okay, so chanting, we should exclusively give for the chanting time. Okay, while working on mobile, while working on computer, while watching TV, while chatting with other people, we should not chant like that. Okay. Benefits of chanting. What are the benefits of chanting? Freedom from sinful reaction. We get devotion of Krishna. When we get Krishna devotion, then all the sinful reaction which we have done in the past we get cleansed, like the dust we have seen. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was describing in the Chaito Darpan Marjanam. Okay, like the dust is cleansed like that. Okay, sinful reaction is getting washed away. Sankeethan. So all the devotees, see, they are on the open place. They are chanting. They are chanting, so that everyone can hear the Lord's name and they can participate in the chanting. They're dancing. Okay, so this is the Sankeethan. They see the face. See the face. Any tense face is there? Any face which is tense? No, all are happy. That is the power of Sankeethan. Okay. Chant and be happy. That is the power of chanting. Chant and be happy. Okay. Everyone, just unmuting so that you can chant with me. Okay. So you can hold your hand up, you can chant. Okay. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare.
Yes. Hare Krishna. You have any question? Any realization? Anything you want to share? You can share in the chat box. Okay, one question already is there. Can we cure our physical suffering by dhyana and bhakti yoga or by chanting process? Is it better than Ramdev Baba's all asana, pranayama, all yoga? So can we cure our physical suffering? Just 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Okay. One hour.
Shall I read the question, Prabhuji? Okay, so questions we have. Is my voice audible now? Yes, Prabhuji, now it's audible.
Okay. So one question we had, can we cure our physical suffering by dhyana or and bhakti yoga or by chanting process? Physical suffering, if you have body, we are bound to have physical sufferings. Okay, we are bound to have physical sufferings, which we get from our previous karma. So whatever karma we have done, physical sufferings will be there. Okay, so that is the thing. So whatever things we have done, we'll get the result. That is the thing. So can we cure our physical suffering like diseases and all? Maybe you can cure, maybe, but the thing is what thing we have done, we are bound to get the results. Okay, so by physical suffering, if your aim by the thing is good lifestyle and all that is required. Okay, so all the paddhati which is being given by Ramdev Baba, all the asana, pranayama, that is a part of, you can say, that is a part of lifestyle, that is exercise and all, you can say, but that is not yoga. That is not linking you to the supreme. Your aim is physical strength and all those things. Okay, good life, good physical strength. But that is the thing. That is not yoga, because you are not linking yourself to Krishna, to Lord. Okay, is it better than Ramdev Baba's all asana, pranayama, all other yoga and above medicines? This is something else. Something else. Discussion is there. Okay, Prabhu, I have 3 questions in my mind. So 3 questions we have. First question: in current work environment, we are bound to work unconditionally, like long hours. One is put into situations where he cannot have work-life balance. He may not be able to perform basic steps towards bhakti, but it does not mean he is not having bhakti. He is not able to compromise his duty. What is your advice in such a circumstance? For such, if love is there, if you love your wife, there or any your kid, there is not like if you are loving them by in your mind only, nothing you are doing for them. Okay, that is not a thing. Okay, when we love someone, we express those feelings. Okay, however busy we are, however we have work life, however culture, all those things we have, okay, but we express those love if we have love. If we don't have love, there is nothing, okay. So some people, they will the thing is only when you cannot express that love, okay. So the thing is that, like that. So when we have love for Krishna, we'll chant for Krishna. That is the thing. We'll have time for Krishna. So when we give priority to Krishna, then only we'll get time. That is the thing, okay. So the thing is how much work, so much work we are doing. Why we are doing so much work, okay? Why we are doing? If we cannot have bhakti, if we cannot have our other life, only professional life only we have, then what is the meaning of life? Okay, so that is the thing. Why we are working like ash, okay, like ash we are working day and night. But what is the meaning of work if we cannot self-realize, if we cannot take time for Krishna, if we cannot take time for family? What is the meaning of that life? So the thing is, if we love someone, we should express that love, okay. So if we love Krishna, we should express that love by doing the devotion, that by doing the chanting, okay. That is the thing. Second question, why we are working? We should think that why we are working, what is the meaning of work if we are not able to do anything else, if we are not able to do anything good for ourselves, okay, or the family, or for Krishna. Even after such hard work and commitment, one may not be rewarded and with appropriate money or promotion, may have problem in work, or they may have everything but not satisfied, or even both. What is the manage, what, how to manage mind under such difficulty? The thing is, we are never satisfied whatever we get, okay. Even if you see the biggest businessman, they are working day and night. Biggest businessman, they will work day and night. Even the person who doesn't have money, they won't work day and night. So the thing is, even you have so much money, you will work day and night, okay. The thing is like that. So there is no satisfaction in the material world. The thing is, we should satisfy ourselves the whatever thing we have, okay. That is the thing which Krishna says in the later chapter. Will say whatever thing to balance the mind and body, that is enough, that for maintaining the body. We should not too much endeavor for the money, too much endeavor for the royal life, okay. Whatever thing is there that you can earn without endeavoring too much, you should be satisfied with that, and you should put your mind and you should put your body in the bhakti, okay. So that is the thing. So bhakti is also important. This is not like that only mind is important, only body is important. We should also cleanse in our mind. We should also develop the intelligence. We should also have some so attachment of soul to the Krishna. So that is the thing. This is not only one thing that money is there. The thing is, we are thinking only on the basis of money, okay. That is the thing. Technology is so developing, from the interplanetary travels to the cryogenic technology, where even human can be preserved alive for thousands of years, which is deviating from the God's regular plan of birth and death. How is this possible? So can the thing is, you're saying that life can be preserved alive for thousands of years. Has that happened anytime? Okay, is it like that? Has that happened? The thing is, science cannot give a birth to a live thing. Even the thing which we are eating, can science make them? Can science make a grain of chawal, a grain of anything which we eat, maize, anything? Can a science, can the basic necessity of human life is to eat, okay, but science cannot make that also. Whatever things you make, cryogenic technology, going to the sun, moon, anything you do, but the basic necessity of why the human are dying, why the so much death is there, if science is so developed, okay, can it save from the death? Can it save from the birth? Can it save from the aging? Can it save from the diseases? Why so many diseases? Why so many hospitals are opening if so many, if the science is so developed? The thing is, we think that we have so much developed thing, okay, but basic necessity same only. The food, science cannot make food, okay. Science cannot make food. The living thing, any organic thing, science cannot make, okay. That is the thing. Anything which is eatable, science cannot make. That is the reality of today's life. Any rice grain, science cannot make. Any gehu, anything you take which we are eating, okay, science cannot make. That is the basic necessity of life, and science cannot make that, okay. How is it possible? How is God blessing such people to discover something which we see as God's deed, like what God can do, even some science can do? Like what? So that is the basic thing I've told you. Okay, God as can science create any basic necessity, which is the basic necessity of human being is eating? Can science make anything which is eatable? What is the advancement of science doing if so much destruction is there? Okay, that is the thing we need to ponder. Okay. Science, so there is technology, that is called, two things are there. There is natural technology there, and science is thinking that science technology, the science technology which we are developing. There is natural technology and there is science technology. That is two different things. Natural technology is way beyond the science technology. And science technology, what they're doing, they're trying to imitate some of the laws of nature, and they're trying to make something. Okay, like helicopter, like helicopter, on those things they're making. But God has made one mosquito, self-living mosquito. Okay, there is no need of fuel for the mosquito. Mosquito will itself will get the fuel. Mosquito will itself fly. Mosquito, before dying, give birth to the different type of mosquito. Okay, that is, can an aeroplane do that? Very difficult. No science. That is the self-living. The thing is, one is made and it is self-sustaining. Can any science do that? The thing, it is impossible. Okay. Prabhuji, what kind of yoga is Ashtang Yoga? Does it come under Bhakti Yoga? Ashtang Yoga is the Dhyan Yoga. Okay, it doesn't come under Bhakti Yoga. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It is said that devotees are attracted to Krishna only because he wanted. Is it true that whoever Krishna wants will only get to know him? Everyone is Krishna's, I can say, part and parcel only. So today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow, after some day or some life, after some life, they will come to Krishna consciousness. That is the thing we can say. Okay, everyone is part and parcel of Krishna only. And we get attracted to Krishna because of Krishna's mercy, because Guru's mercy. Okay. One thing I personally felt, there are billions of people in this world, but few of us choose to take 18-day classes about Bhagavad Gita. It itself make only due to Mahaprabhu's blessing we are here in this group. So that is the thing. We do bhakti or devotional service due to our the blessings, the mercy of the Guru or the Gauranga or the Krishna. Okay, this is not that something our part is there. Okay, and what we start is the continuation from the previous verse. After a person's death, how long does it take for the soul to move into another body person? This thing I personally do not know, Prabhu, because this I haven't read in the Bhagavad Gita. Maybe other Puranas are mentioning. So I haven't read the Purana, so exact answer I do not know. So whatever things I have read from the Bhagavad Gita, I know that. Okay. So personally, I do not know this answer, but there are Shastras which mentioned it, but I haven't read those Shastras. Thank you for your knowledge, Prabhuji. Yes. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other comments? Any other confusion? Any other anything you want to share? Or it's already 10. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow. That is, tomorrow is the starting of Bhakti Yoga. Okay, 7th chapter, Bhakti Yoga. Okay, so Krishna is telling in the chapter number 6 that Bhakti Yoga is best. And from tomorrow, Krishna will start the Bhakti Yoga and 6th chapter of Bhakti Yoga. So you can see how after reading those 6 chapters, your Bhakti will increase. Okay, when we with the devotion we hear those 6 chapters, our Bhakti will increase. Okay, and how to do Bhakti, all those things very nicely described by Krishna. And I will be telling you all those things very nicely. Okay, so that your devotion will increase. Okay, keep chanting. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.